Speaking of summits, the UN General Assembly just wrapped up in New York, and Africa showed up with a simple message. We're done being the continent that everyone talks about, but nobody talks to. And honestly, it's about time. Picture this: 1.4 billion people, represented by leaders and delegates who have to constantly beg for a seat at the table where decisions are made. Both Nigeria's Vice President, Kashim Shettima, and South Africa's President, Cyril Ramaphosa, delivered the same demand. Africa deserves a permanent spot on the UN Security Council, not as charity, but as basic arithmetic. But Shettima went beyond symbolic requests to bread and butter realities. He called for an international court to manage sovereign debt because nations like Nigeria are getting strangled by loan terms that would make a loan shark blush. Then he pushed the conversation forward, and this is a conversation that hits closest to home. Why are we shipping raw oil and lithium abroad only to buy back finished products at 10 times the price? Here's why this matters to your everyday life in Nigeria. When Africa has no say in global decisions, we live with the consequences of war, climate policies, trade rules we didn't help shape. But when our crude oil gets refined elsewhere and sold back to us as petrol, that shows up at every filling station, and there's even strike now, when debt negotiations happen without fairness, you feel it in taxes, you feel it in inflation, and the squeeze on your purchasing power as a Nigerian citizen. This isn't abstract diplomacy. It's about breaking the cycle that keeps generations of Africans hustling harder for less rewards. Now, after decades of polite requests, African leaders are finally saying what many have thought. You know what? We're tired of being the world supplier and customer, but never the decision maker. Why can't we make decisions where we're seated in the room? The real question is whether the world will finally listen, or if Africa will have to make itself impossible to ignore.